Hi everyone, my name is Rosalyn Streeter. I am a seer and prophet of God to the nations. Welcome to the journey of vision, where you will soon learn it's just so much easier with God. So let's chat. Okay, you guys, so I am back again, of course, with another prophetic video. So this one, as you saw on the thumbnail, is exciting. It's related to Shib, you guys, and what God showed me related to this. So this is a prophetic dream as well as vision. Okay, so I'm gonna jump right into it because, as you know, I have a lot more to follow. A lot more videos to get done, right? All right, so here we go. So this one is called God Said, Rosalyn, I Promise Overnight. So with this video, you guys, I just remember, I think I was laying in my bed. This is right after my rest, or maybe my last day, and I was really exhausted. And I just remember hearing God say it with excitement. It was like, Rosalyn, everything that I just put you through, right? Everything that I just told you to do to get all those videos out. And I know you're depleted right now, but he was like, Rosalyn, I promise overnight. Right? So I just heard him say that, and I just smiled because I was so exhausted. I just smiled and I was like, I know. Because, of course, I trust my Father. And so, and then all of a sudden, I ended up going to sleep and I had a prophetic dream. Okay, so I want to jump right into the dream, and then I'm going to release what God shared with me related to the dream. Okay? All right, so with this dream, you guys, I'm just going to jump into my notes and just tell you what I saw. So in the beginning of the dream, I saw God distributing different portions of the wealth transfer. And remember in part 2 of The Doors Closed, where I saw different portions being given to us from the ones that wasn't listening, right? That's what I saw in the beginning of this dream. So as I saw God doing that, I just remember being in my room, my bedroom, and my husband was on one side, and then I was on the other side. And I walked over, it was like an ordinary day, and I walked over and I grabbed my phone. And as I looked down on my phone, there were 2 gold bars that was highlighted at the bottom of the phone. Now the bottom gold bar, as it shows on the thumbnail, it had $874,000 on it, okay? And as I looked at it, the gold bar above the $874,000, I know that was a total bar, but it had no money in it, right? It didn't say anything about money. Okay. So as I held up the phone, it started going up. So $874,000, it jumped to 1 million, okay? And then it went to 2 million, and it just started increasing, okay? As I saw the numbers like increasing, it was like showing that it was pending. And then as it was pending, that's when it jumped over to like 1 million, and then 2 million, and it kept going, okay? And then I just remember me and my hubby being really, really excited. And then as it started to go up, I saw Shib going to like $36, okay? And then I heard the Holy Spirit say, sell, 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 sell. That's all I heard, okay? And that was the end of the dream. Now I'm going to read what God told me about the dream as we were talking about it. My throat, you guys, sorry. So God said, yes, Rosalyn, explain to them that this dream signifies exactly what will happen and has already happened in heaven. Tell them what you saw, Rosalyn, the different portions. So those were the portions that I told you about, you guys, that I kept seeing. God giving us the portion of the ones who were not listening, and he closed the door on them. He's already given that to us, okay? God said, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is already in heaven. He said, tell them to focus their prayers on this verse. So that's Matthew 6 and 10, and I'll put it up for you. He said, tell them to focus their prayers on this verse. That what I've already done in heaven will also be done on earth for you and I. He's talking about his kingdom. That my will is what matters. I showed Rosalyn this because many of you are failing to pray to see the power of prayer. Yes, I have what I have for you, children, my children, but it's also your duty to pray and stay in contact with me, your Father. How do you know what I am doing in your life unless you stay connected to me? Tell me how. It's impossible. My messengers are sent to help you. Many I did not send to you about the wealth transfer, and you follow them. My sheep knows my voice. Do you not know my voice? So God was saying, you guys, He's already done this in heaven, okay? The wealth transfer is done in heaven. But He's saying He needs us on earth, right? To do our parts and pray and keep praying, okay? And He was like that we discount prayer. And many of us who you will receive, the wealth transfer, but you're not praying at all. And God's like, how would you stay in contact with me? He said, this is the reason why you're following certain people who are talking about the wealth transfer. And they have no clue about the wealth transfer. None at all. Because God said He has never even spoke to them about the wealth transfer. But yet they're speaking on it. And they're leading His people. So that's what God was just saying. He's like, but you're following them. And the reason why you're following them, because you are far away from His voice. You can't hear Him. And you can't hear Him because God is like, how are you able to stay in contact with me if you're not going to pray? And He said, my sheep knows my voice. Do you not know my voice? Are you ready for what's here? That's so good, Lord. And what I have for you, y'all, He didn't say, are you ready for what's coming? Come on, my God, my God. He said, are you ready for what's here? He's talking about the wealth transfer that's already here. My God. He said, what I have for you, come on. He's already released it. And I'm talking about in heaven, you guys. That's why he said, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is already done in heaven. This has already been done in heaven. And what we're praying for is that God's will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Come on. I pray you guys catch that. Are you ready for what's here? I had to read that again. And what I have for you? He said, Rosalyn, paint the picture. Then share it with them about their selling points and why. Okay. So this is the conversation that God had already talked to me about. Okay. So I'll explain. So God was letting me know that we are entering a great season of harvest for His children. Okay. This will set the stage for His kingdom building, meaning all the businesses in different direction. God is taking each and every one of us differently. This is going to set the stage for that. This is going to be like the foundation of that, right? Your portion to get started with that. This will set the stage for His kingdom building. The great expansion of His people. My God, many of us is going to rise. God's people is going to rise so quickly. Listen, even this channel will not look the same, you guys. It's not going to look the same. God has already showed it to me because He kept me hidden for a reason, okay? But now He's starting to pull back the curtain on not just me, on you too. That's why you're going to soar so fast, you guys, in the right direction of His will. The great expansion of His people. The great revival that will usher in many of God's children. My God. So He needs you in position, because with the great revival, He's actually pulling people in, right? And they have to have somewhere to go, right? And they're going to be seeking God's will. They're going to desire to support the kingdom of God alone, okay? So they're going to be looking for these businesses that we have already started, that we are in position to start and be present, okay? The great revival that will usher in many of God's children. I saw different businesses throughout the land, Okay, so I've already seen different businesses for God's kingdom that we have already built, right? Surrounded with angels, y'all. I saw these buildings that we've created, and the angels surround the buildings, y'all, like protecting the buildings, and they're standing right beside each other. My God. I saw different businesses throughout the land, surrounded with angels who stood side by side together, guarding the walls of the building of God's kingdom on earth. These kingdom businesses will flourish and they will not lack. Come on, Lord. The foundation will be built by God's children. Come on, you guys, you and I, with God, because we're going to be led by God. So the foundation will be built by God's children with God. We will partner with His will for our lives and follow His directions, and then we will soar with promise. Selling points. So God was showing me that we will want to have selling points, because just as pricing increase, it will also fall. Also, once it falls, and as I said that, God said, Rosalyn, once it falls, there will be a duration of time where it will take some time before it goes back up. This is why I want my children to be ready for this, to collect for their first phase of my kingdom building. Okay, so God's like, I want you to have finances once it goes up, right? He wants you to sell some of it, because He wants you to have finances, right? He wants you to have a cushion for the first phase of His kingdom building. Because what's going to happen is going to go back down. And when it go back down, that's going to be a period of time where you're probably going to end up being still, okay? You're going to be still, and you're just going to work on the cushion that God has already provided for you, and you're going to get to work with that. Yes, it's going to go back up, but God said it's going to be a time period there. It's not something where it's going to fall and it's going to go right back up. No. So you just don't want to miss that first phase. So that's what God is saying. So in my dream, when He was like, sell, right? That's what He was talking about. As far as how much you should sell, as far as when you should sell, all of that, it is up to you. I'm not a financial advisor, so that would be up to you. I would encourage you to seek God on that. And I also would encourage you to think about the direction God is pointing you into, how much you need for that, and that will give you an idea of what you want to do. Okay? This is why I want my children to be ready for this, to collect for their first phase of my kingdom building. Yes, Rosalyn's going to take work, and I'm the head contractor. I have the blueprint, and I have the plans. Each one of my children has their own set up plans that I have for them. I've already given out many directions, many details for your next season. That's shortly, come on Lord, shortly approaching. Rosalyn will show you how close you are soon. Yes, y'all, He showed me. I'm so excited. I can't wait till that video comes out, because He showed me. Children of God, would you just pray with me? He said, that's all I'm asking. Just pray with me. That's it. While you're celebrating, pray with me. That's it. He said, please. I love you, my child. Yes, it's going to be a ride of celebration. But hold on to me. I'm here for the ride. My God. He said, yeah, it's going to be a ride for celebration, right? Right? Because we're trying to figure it out while we're going. That's faith, right? We're like, okay, Lord, I'm here now. Where am I going next, right? So that's where God's like, but I am here for the ride. I'm right beside you, right? I am here. So that way, I'm never going to leave you, nor will I forsake you. I'm going with you. So you have nothing to fear. Come on, Lord. Then He said, thank you, Rosalyn. So much more to come. So much more to come to my children. And so then I wrote down some questions that you may have. Is this only for Shib that the market will go up, right? God said, no, my directions have went out differently to many. So there is different coins related to the market that will surge, that will go up. Now, am I saying it's going to go up to $36 in the beginning? I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is what God showed me, it is going to go up. He also showed me it's going to be during a season or a time like an ordinary day. It's going to be overnight, you know, where you wake up and you're like, wait, what just happened? That's why he showed that $874,000, because he's like, it's not, you might not catch it at the dollar, right? He was like, it's going to be that fast, it's going to be that quick. So that's why he wants you to be prepared. As far as this is concerned, what I just shared with you guys, this is for understanding, this is for wisdom, right? So you can go ahead and put your plans in place. And this is for your harvest season. Now, God still wants you to be still and know that he's God, because this is actually going to come forth. He's not asking you to do anything but pray. He wants you to pray and also seek his face about when you should sell, if you're interested in selling, if you want to move forward in what I just mentioned to you, you know, go to God with that and then decide from there what you want to do. Then God said, keep celebrating, be still and know that I'm God. And then he said, pray. And then related to the dream, just to end here, he said, tell them the 2 gold bars, one with the numbers, is what you've done. Okay? So that bottom bar on the thumbnail is what you've done. Guess what, y'all? The one with no numbers, my God, he said, is the portion I gave you from the others who will not listen. Oh, my God. He said the reason why that bar didn't have any numbers, he said, because that portion, he said, you won't know how much it is until you know how much it is, right? So that's why we can't see it. Ugh. It's going to be like this amazing, you're going to be like, wait, I did all that? I'm like, ooh, God did all that. Okay. All right. And then remember, sell within the dream was related to, because God said it's going to fall and he wants you to collect before it falls. So as it starts to rise, just be cautious, right? Because it can fall anytime. And God's like, I want you to be in position to make sure you're selling at certain points, so that way you're gathering as it's going up. Okay? But what else did he show us? He showed us that it's going to be an ordinary day. It's going to be like overnight. Most people are sleeping at night. We're not watching anything, right? We're not watching the market. Correct? So what should happen? What should we do? What is wisdom? Right? If we're going to be wise, what should we do to make sure we don't miss sell points? Set your sell limits, okay? And so you want to get on that and go ahead and put that in place, okay? Again, I'm not the one. I'm not a financial advisor. Please don't email me, ask me about it. I can't give you that. I'm giving you the foundation of what God has given me to give you. Seek God on it and come up with a number of what you're trying to receive, I'll say, for the first phase. And then go ahead and set your limits. Go ahead and set your limits, okay? So, to God be the glory, you guys. I pray that this helps you, and I pray that this excites you, especially the part that where he said is already here. And so just keep praying. Focus on that scripture that God has already given us. Test all spirits, not a spirit. Go to God with everything that I share with you. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Please don't email me. I cannot answer those questions for you. It is up to you to set your own sell limits and how you want to do it, okay? All right. So, I am so in love with love, and God is love. Whew. You guys, it gets deeper, and we love you. Bye.